What's up, everybody? It's Mark Parson, Cornerback Pro, and GoProFootball.org. Make sure you guys sign up, man. If you really want to get better, that's what I do. That's what I do, man. I want to get you guys improving and get you to the next level, get that scholarship money, all right, and get you on TV. That's the goal. So we got an NFL game. I'm gonna critique. We got Jalen Ramsey, former first-round draft pick from Florida State, and then AJ Aboye, who was playing at Houston and had a great couple years and got paid down there to go down to Jacksonville. They're going against Deandre Hopkins, former teammates. So you're gonna notice, man, these guys. I want to show you a couple things so you can see. When I do the NFL games, you're gonna notice There's not as many mistakes, obviously, from the high school games. So the guys are a lot more sound in their technique. So I hear some people like, oh, NFL players, they're not skilled. Or look, these guys are good, all right. Especially going against way better talent in the receiving core, and then you can barely touch the guy. Shoot. So all right, let's get into it. Oh, DeAndre Hopkins from the Houston Texans. That's who they're going against right here. We're at the top. I'm gonna show you. All right, that's a good job. Now he could have gotten flagged in between his play, but I want to show you the bail technique. So you can do this in zone. Like if you got 4 or 3, you can kind of mix it up, make them think that you're playing press man, when really you're bailing. And like, this is the key in the bail technique. And he almost got uh because he didn't stay on top at the very end, but you'll see. When you bail, you can have your eyes inside so you can kind of time up the snap, and then you gotta stay on top. So if he tries to stem outside, you kind of got to stem outside with him and stay on top. You can have your eyes inside still. You don't have to have your eyes glued to the receiver per se, especially if you're in zone. But the point is, you have to, even if you have to leave a little bit early, you got to stay on top. It's a bail technique. So sometimes you can go ahead and steal a pick out of this. So let's go through this. I want you to see both angles. See, he's on top. He's doing good. Now, a good receiver may give you a little something, which I think he did. And they didn't give him a penalty on this. But great ball skills at the very end. Very physical game. And that's what you got to play. These guys don't like it. So watch this. He's on top. Now, he almost got right here. Now, the key is, let me turn this sound off. So one of the keys is he was looking back. So sometimes you're going to realize you can make a play. They're not going to call pass interference a lot of the times if you're looking back. So you can get away with being a little bit more physical if you're looking back at the quarterback, right? So we're down. DeAndre Hopkins back here. I think he's doing a little. I think he's maybe doing a little shuffle technique or a bail. Let's see. All right, a little shuffle technique. Open it up. And making a play on the ball. Yeah. That looked kind of nasty on Jalen. Almost got Barry Church. Almost looked like could have got his ACL right here on Jalen Ramsey, but great job making the play. So at the end of the day, make sure, even if you're covering the guy great, the goal is to get your hands on the ball. Very important. So let's watch this. And they got good pressure from the D-line. The Jacksonville defense looks really good. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't get rolled up on that ankle or knee right there. But almost got him a pick if Barry Church didn't hit him. Barry Church is a beast too, man. He played at Toledo when I was at Ohio. We played against those guys. Those guys are really good, man. All right, so let's see the next play. All right, so we got Boye, and then we got DeAndre Hopkins up here. Now let's go back to that split. So this is a little bit more advanced again, but you got to start recognizing this stuff. All right, so understand this. You got the receiver very tight. He's on top of the numbers, very tight right here. A lot of times they like to do this under. So what I would do is if I'm pressed, I would outside shade him. Now, Boye has to be a little careful right here, kind of like, getting too far off the line. You want to get hands on the guys anytime you can, but sometimes it doesn't happen perfectly. All right, so you got to squeeze to him. And this is what we call a jet stream. So very important with a jet stream, he has good speed. Jet stream is get here. So if anything, you're going to be kind of right behind him because what they like to do is a rub route. So he likes this crossing route when you know they're in man. So we're in man, and if he stays on this trajectory right here, he can get rubbed off and then he's free. So if anything, I would kind of, no, he's doing a good job as a receiver. But let's see what happens. It becomes a jet stream. Good job. Now look, I always talk about finishing a play. You're gonna see this, man. Great job. These guys are finishing plays. You never know. Deandre Hopkins should have caught this ball for at least a 3 or 4 yard gain, but he bobbled it. And when he gets tackled, you're gonna see, because he didn't give up, drop. You see that? So that's a break. So guys, you got to get in the habit of finishing plays. You never know what's gonna happen. They could bobble the ball. That was a great job of Boye. Just remember on that other play, it's so many routes that are going to run. So it's like, for the most part, they'll run under. You know, sometimes they could do the post. But other routes, other times they're going to run an out or outside breaking route. So I would outside shade him. That means your middle of your body, if you're pressed, is on his outside eye, but not too far over. All right, DeAndre Hopkins at the bottom. Now we're going to soft shoe with a Boye. Oh, man. Now look. That's a pretty good soft shoe right there. Soft shoe is when you take a couple steps back, you stand square. Let's look. Stand square. Shoot a hand. Now I think, perfect. Now I think they gave somebody a flag. I don't know if they gave him a flag on that one. But look, he's soft shoe, and the key is, and I'm going back, the key is he stays square. So you notice he's not opening the gate, he's staying square. They're running slant, he's all over it. I'm not sure if they gave him a flag on that, because you got to understand, this is why one of the reasons it's very hard in the NFL, because these guys can't touch anybody after the 5 yard line, which is tough. Now this is, look, they gave him the flag, but I wanted you to watch this. Man, this is great. This is real talk, great press technique. Like, the point is he stays square. He got it, he shot at him, boom. Now, you can't hold, here's the thing. Let's say you got in a great position. You can't hold. Now, obviously, DeAndre Hopkins is literally like running into him, right? He got to do a better job of getting off the ball. You know what I mean? They're trying to do a little back shoulder hitch. But when you have great technique with your feet and your eyes, man, they really can't go anywhere. So he's frustrated all game. I don't even think they scored until like later in the game because they're playing great technique. Sometimes you don't get a pass interference. That happens. But I'd rather give that up than having guys run by you and scoring long touchdowns, all right? Look, he's frustrated. Now we're at the bottom. Now they're going to give him that. That's going to be a pass interference, you know. But they're playing really physical. Now you got to make sure, one thing you got to make sure you do, that was a great move by DeAndre Hopkins. Make sure you're not hopping. So we talk about shuffling, getting your buzz. There's a drill that I do. I'm going to put it on goprofootball.org. It's a drill that we do with our feet. So where we can get our feet going and then we can shuffle at the same time. And if you do this, actually this is one of the drills I do with my DBs when we're working on our press technique. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can do, but this is one of the things that I'm going to do, and I'm going to put it on the website so you can work on that. So you get out of the habit of hopping outside, or because when somebody give you a little jab step and you hop, he got you. We're at the bottom. We're Jalen Ramsey. All right, so decent feet. Caught a little slant on him. Let's watch. Now he didn't really split jump his feet that much. Just, I mean, you know, that's tough. I would just know it. I would just say know what you're doing before you do it. Have a technique lined up. Be careful with shooting two hands necessarily. Now, if he runs right at you, you're probably gonna have a habit of shooting both hands. It's okay, but just understand it's gonna lock your hips when you do. So be aware. If anything, I like to jab my hands. Like I like to strike is a better term. So if I feel him coming, I'll strike one hand, and I feel him. And your hand is like a little antennas, like antennas for a bug, so you can kind of sense him. So you can sense where he's gonna go. Once you shoot your hand out to him, you feel him, and then you can shoot with the other hand. Boom, you get him off balance, and your hips are not locked. So I'll give you another example of that later on. We're at the bottom, so we're gonna shuffle out, or it looks like we're gonna bail. Stay on top. Make sure your footwork is right. So that's when the drills. That's a drill that we do actually. So when I have my DBs, because sometimes you're gonna bail, sometimes you're gonna shuffle technique out, because deception is key in the game, right? So we have a drill where you're like literally facing this way, and you're gonna turn open and run, and you're gonna come out of this break, and then I throw you the ball. So this is little things like that. You can do it. You flip side, act like you're in this corner, and get out of that break. Get out of that break. All right, that's the key. You want to stay low and work on that footwork. So that's just something you can do on your spare time. We're at the bottom. No, we're at the top. Now that's actually a pass interference on the offense. Now you want to be careful. Here's the thing. Kind of gets lucky at him because, I mean, Deandre's not really giving him much, making him feel like he's going deep. And that's a tip for the receivers. Understand what DBs don't like. That's why I like receivers playing DB. We don't like feeling speed, okay? So if anything, make him feel like you're going deep. All right? Right now, he hasn't really gotten out of anything. He's like, I mean, he's supposed to be pressed, but his soft shoe, I'm going to get into that. But make us feel like you're going deep. Get us to open up, then break off your route. All right? So we got to feel speed. Now, from AJ, who's been playing great all game, you see the score is 19-0. Watch this. Be careful in this. So when you soft shoe, don't make it a pedal, because then you get into no man's land. And if he's really doing his thing on this route, he's going to make you look silly. Don't get into the habit of pedaling. So soft shoe is like you're still square, and you're still, but you're taking steps back, but you're not backpedaling. And he ends up stopping too, but then you got the push off, and that's a offensive pass interference. So we're right here at the top. All right, we playing. Looks like off man. They're bringing the house. So it's zero coverage. What is zero coverage, guys? What does that mean? We used to call it bonsai in college. But zero coverage means there is no single, you are by yourself. There is no single high safety, right? And we're sitting in the house. That means high pressure. Usually the ball has to come out quick. So usually you like to play inside man, you're not backpedaling. So you just kind of shuffling your feet. See how the ball has to come out quick, or it's going to be a sack? Like to do that on third downs. Third downs. All right. Nice shuffle. All right. So again, work on coming out of those breaks. Now he hit him. He dropped the ball, and that's not like Hopkins to drop the ball, but look, that hit helped him out. So we talked about finishing. Bam! So he was going to catch the ball, right? We talk about this all the time in the one-on-ones. He was going to catch the ball. Why didn't he? Because you finished the play. And that's what makes him a pro. All right? Also, look at this great lean by Deandre Hopkins. Got to give it to him, man. That's a good receiver, guys. If you're a receiver, watch that guy play. All right. So we're playing outside shade. Looks like we're in zone. All right. And that happens. There's certain routes that certain defenses are going to give up. Just make sure you're there, get out of your break, and try to make a play on the ball. If you cannot, secure the tackle. Very important. And they got some good energy. We're at the bottom. Oh, what happened? What do you think happened? Guys, all right, so a little fake the run, play a little play action. And then notice how DeAndre Hopkins came off the ball. Kind of lazy, and then boom. So what was wrong with Jalen Ramsey? His eyes. You have to have major eye discipline. It's very important. Eye discipline. Don't get lured in, man. This is what separates. I'm telling you, man. This is what makes guys a pro. This is what you got. Coaches are running elaborate schemes, man. So you have to be a pro. You have to make sure that you're disciplined in what you're doing. All right, another great lean by him. Look, I mean, he's getting it. All right, so he's on the numbers. Tight split. Let's see what he runs. Money. So remember what I talked about? I don't know why they call him the flag. I mean, right there. That's tough. I don't know who they called it on. I'm not sure. But look, you saw that split at the beginning? I tell you, outside shade, there's only a few routes he's going to run. He can do the direct under. He can still run a post and a dig. So that doesn't mean you just guess the route. But outside shade, and what does he run? He runs it out. And boom. Now be careful a little bit right there, AJ Aboye, because your eyes, as soon as he make that break, your eyes on the quarterback, and that can be dangerous. But he's still there. And this is basically it. Oh, he tried to get him a little bit, Jalen Ramsey right there. Act like he was just blocking, and then he went for a route. But guess what? Your eye's going to protect you. So make sure you guys, this is good to see the professionals, how they do it. Man, understand what you need to do to get better and improve. All right, make sure you email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com and also go to goprofootball.org. Sign up today.